segue, which is MJF
Oh
leaving
shit!
leaving AEW,
It's
and
my boy.
it's possibly
That's,
him going to the WWE. Now, this a lot of people online, and him himself talked about it. He was on the on the wrestling show this past week on YouTube, and he's been a lot of rumblings. And a lot of people have been saying Sean Ross reported it that he is unhappy with his current standings in AEW and is eyeing a viable change, or in this case, a ship into WWE territory. And then we even this past yesterday, actually, we got somebody who reached out to a WWE Network investor who said that they have eyes on MJF and definitely want him on board on the WWE Network and stuff like that. So there are potential eyes here in MJF going to WWE. I want to open up the floor with Mayo first, if he's still there and available. What do you think about MJF possibly leaving to 2024? And is this a possibility that you are wanting to see him in the WWE?
I think it would be the greatest move next to Cody Rhodes. I
yeah,
think
Oh,
it'll,
shit!
freaking no,
I think
no.
Damn.
I think that the way WWE is shaping up to be, they need him. Roman Reigns is going out to be a part timer. Cody Rhodes can't handle so much, even though he's doing a great job right now.
Is he?
He
Yeah,
is.
no, he's been
Yeah.
really doing well.
Yeah.
I haven't been
I,
watching, so sue me. Actually,
um,
that's on me.
I sort of kind of want to take for him to take the risk and test himself in WWE. Really test himself and see if he can make it. And if he can make it, hey, the boyhood dream can come back to AEW because we welcome anytime.
Uh,
Anytime.
uh,
If you leave, you know what? If he leaves for a bit for just a business purpose, just like, hey, let me see if I can make it out there, and then he, I mean, I don't mind him doing that. At least he didn't do what Cody did and talk trash for what 6 years, and then like do a double back and just like go back to the brand that he was shit talking. So I mean, yeah, once you put it that way, it's like, you know, yeah, sure, go ahead. Now the problem is, will he have the as much creative freedom as he does in AEW? Will he be as happy? Will he be happier making more money?
uh,
That's the
I'm a,
question. Will he be happier making more money, but be more constrained in creativity? That's
Is
the
that
$32
open to
question.
everybody or is that towards male?
That's open to everybody. Knock yourselves out, bro. I mean, shit. The floor, Salvador's game. Let's see what you
I
got.
feel like he'll be the next if he does go, which I don't blame him if he does. It's all about the money, and I mean, he'll be constricted. Yes, he won't have as much freedom to say whatever he wants to say, like he does in AEW at the moment. Because I mean, let's all admit he gets away with some crazy shit.
I mean, even this past Wednesday, he went on and was talking about the roller coaster roads, which is Cody Rhodes.
Hmm.
He brought up Cody Rhodes. He brought up all of them, and
Yep, he
he
did.
even talked about 2024 about him leaving on
Yeah,
national television.
yeah.
And one thing I will say about MJF is sometimes I can't read him. I literally cannot read. I can't read him because he's so much in this character.
And that's
He's
why I love MJF.
I agree.
I
I love
mean,
the fact that
in the
I
ring,
can't
out of the
tell
ring,
what this dude's thinking.
in the ring, out of the ring. I'm like, you're still in character
Hmm.
unless he's at home, which I'm like, okay, dude, how are you when you are home? Actually, if like in the ring you're the character, out of the ring in public you're the character, but then at home, like, okay, how are you at home?
The
I don't want to
dedication that
really
he
know
puts
that
into his
still.
character is what I love.
Well, even his parents are into it.
Yeah, oh yeah, no.
His parents showed up this past week on Wednesday, and she held a sign that
Did you
said,
see that?
"Yeah," she held a sign that said MJF is a cunt, and he did not wish me a happy Mother's Day. And apparently, according to Busted Open Radio, she was on the show, and she said
Hmm.
that there was a section who were singing her and wishing her a happy Mother's Day on behalf of MJF. And so
Oh,
so it literally it's the whole family who are into the whole gimmick. And I don't, again, I don't want to call him a gimmick because he's not a gimmick. He is the real deal.
mm-mm.
That is MJF.
Yeah.
He's a complete piece of shit. But it's
Yo,
one of those things where, like, and even in the interview in wrestling, and I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I'll cue it in the background. is he literally was just having a conversation with the host, and he was saying how much he loves Roman Reigns and how he would love to wrestle the Miz and how we would love to go against Seth Rollins and just shooting the shit. And you don't know, right? You don't know if he's telling the truth. You don't know, but he was almost poking the bear at times in the interview. He was like, "Yeah, I'm 2024. Like whoever pays me more, I'm going." And he's like, "Oh, sorry, did I ruffle some feathers? So sorry." And he's making fun of us. So it's one of those things where like, is he working us, or is he really going to leave?
Well, let's see how things. Let's see how. Okay, let's keep it real. WWE, yeah, they get the bigger arenas. And right as of now, big
The
arenas
money's
mean
there.
more crowds. The money's there. Let's. I'm not going to even dispute that actually. And unfortunately, other companies like AEW, which is still growing, and it will be in its third year. By 2024, it will be. We don't know. Well, we don't know how much. We don't know where it's going to be.
But that's why to me it's interesting, because if he was like, honestly, if he was upset with AEW, there's no reason in my mind that he wouldn't jump ship right now, especially with
True.
Roman Reigns leaving.
Yeah.
There's already been reports about Roman Reigns leaving. So if he were to go in right now, SmackDown's open for him. Raw is open
leaving
for
or
him.
being a part timer.
Well, he's
No,
going
so
part time, and I'll let Ringo finish it off.
he's going part time with the house shows, like the dark shows.
Right.
That's what he's going part time with.
Okay.
From what I've understood is that they did take him out of some of the posters for
Yeah.
like some of the house shows that they were gonna do.
Yeah,
I think he's been taken off of the SmackDown
yeah,
intro or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I know he's kind of taking a break, but he's still gonna be there. It's just he wants less shows because I believe his focus is gonna be going towards Hollywood now.
Yeah.
What the hell is he gonna do in Hollywood? What gig
Well,
does he have lined up?
I mean, I don't know, but I think whatever he is, the big shark. 'Cause here's the thing, right? And the way I view WWE is this way. If we were to say who is the face of WWE, who is it?
Roman currently,
Yeah,
It's Roman.
Roman Reigns.
Roman
He's the
Reigns,
face.
right? We could
He's the
we,
face.
there is an undoubtedly God truth that if you're watching WWE, you know the face that runs the place is not AJ Styles, it's Roman Reigns.
I was
Right?
about to say that.
But if we look
yeah.
at AEW,
My
who's the
Yaki
face?
soba here.
Who's the face?
Oh, who's the face AW? That's
Yeah.
hard to say.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
right?
hard to say
In
because you have
AEW, it's the brand. You could
Yeah.
you have so many superstars there who could potentially be the face. But in our honestly, people are going not only just to watch the matches, but you're going to go into to see Sheeta, Riho, Britt Baker, MJF. Like you're in there to watch multiple people.
So right
In
here.
WWE, there's only one big fish, and that's Roman
Don't-
Reigns.
don't forget
Exactly.
the Blackpool Combat Club.
Exactly.
We're there to see them.
So if I'm an MJF and I'm not happy, why am I staying until 2024?
That's a very
So-
good question.
From what I've heard is that yes, Tony and MJF do have disagreements. It started when he, opened up about his contract coming to an end in 2024.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's when it kind of started to heat because Tony wasn't happy about that. Like that's something that I guess he wanted to be kept private.
Wouldn't anybody not want to?
Of course, nobody
that-
wants
come on,
nobody wants their employer just openly saying like, "Hey, I'm not happy. I'm gonna leave."
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear that.
No one wants to hear
Yeah.
that.
But from what I've understood is that they have come to a better understanding from that point on, and that they are on a better ground. But yes, MJF is still openly saying, "I'm gonna leave in 2024 if the money's not right."
I
And if
think
he
knows
does,
he
I
knows his value.
I don't blame him.
He-
Like I said, it's all about money. He
Yeah.
it's MJF. Like MJF character, he's all about the money.
That's true.
So, he's gonna go. He's gonna
Yeah.
go.
I
If he
mean,
wants to leave,
the-
that's fine. But I believe if he does, he'll be the early days of, well, not the early days, because early days Miz was horrible. It was like
I
what,
agree.
that talk show
Yeah.
host.
Yeah.
Okay.
Miz,
So,
yes,
I can actually see them throwing him in the talk show realm when he goes into WWE. He will. I can see them pulling a MJF, almost like a Roddy Piper-ish type of scenario, where
But
he's
can you
in there.
imagine him and
Yes
Miz
and no, but
actually going
yeah,
at it? That would
that's what I
actually
was
be
thinking.
that would be a really good segment. I'm gonna be honest. Like,
But isn't that what he does already? When has he wrestled?
Oh,
oh,
MJF is not worth $4 million. I'm sorry, he's just not worth $4 million. In my book, I wouldn't even give him two. I would give him one. If I was Tony Khan, I would tell his loyalty. If you want to stay, stay. If you want to live, leave. You're not John Moxley. You did not just appear in New Japan because John Moxley just appeared in New Japan. That right there is money. John Moxley is five right now, $5 million.
damn.
MJF is not even one. MJF's not
Damn.
even $500,000, bro.
Damn.
You know what? If you want to go, bye bye. I don't think you're that worth to me.
You know what's funny? You say that because
Mel,
honestly, a lot
you're
of
literally
people.
a
No,
residential
but
hater.
he's honestly
He's right.
his take is
Oh
not
yeah,
a
no,
bad
he's
take,
right.
because
Yeah.
a lot of people were saying the same thing about Cody Rhodes. They were like, "You are not big enough for that money. You're not a Daniel Bryan. You're not a CM Punk. You're my favorite mid carder."
Exactly.
I mean, yeah. I mean, let's keep it a beat. Yeah, he is. But I mean, you guys are saying he's doing better in WWE right now, which I mean,
Well,
congrats. to
again,
Cody.
that's because
Whatever.
he's a big fish in a small pond,
And
Mhm.
because of Seth Rollins too. It's
and
not.
because Seth Rollins,
Yeah,
Yeah.
is another big fish in a small
Yeah.
pond. But as of right now, those two are literally hand alone are carrying Raw. On the men's side, that's their show. It's the Seth Rollins and the Cody Rhodes show.
Well, Seth Rollins is. I'm never disappointed in Seth Rollins, so it's like
But let me play the clip of what he says on wrestling real quick.
wrestling. Oh wait, can we
Just-
play?
let's
Is he
talk.
salt of the earth?
Let's talk about Sean.
I would love to.
Sean Spears is an ex-WWE guy
Mhm.
that gets it. Now, if/when I were to go over there,
Mhm.
I'd have me a ball, right? Because I built my brand and established myself here.
Mhm.
So when I go over there, I'm not going to have to deal with the same type of bullshit that poor Sean Spears had to deal with. Because a guy like that has been criminally underrated for over a decade.
I actually would agree with that. I think he has been
I
underrated.
don't need you to agree with anything I fucking say.
Why would you have to be like that? I'm not a hick.
I'm not.
Did you see
I'm
how
not
much money I
sitting
was
over
making?
here at night, just in my bed, thinking to myself, "Oh, I really, really hope Brandon agrees with what I have to say during this interview today."
By the way,
Thank
I
God
just need you to know
Brandon's
something right
agreeing
now.
with me.
We're screenshotting this.
This?
We're
Do you
screenshotting
like
that.
this?
We're
you
screenshotting
like
that?
that?
All right, we're putting that out. That's our gift for
It's
today.
my Chris Farley impression. Can you tell I'm tired and just not into
Chris
this?
I can tell
Farley?
you're sick. I do think you're into it.
And we'll pause it right there. But again, he brings up a good point.
Yeah, he does.
He brings up a good point. He won't be a Sean Spears. But going back to what Mayo said, Mayo, after listening to that, what's your take?
Yeah, but also Sean Spears cannot wrestle him anytime, any day. I just don't see MJF as a good wrestler. And again, you haven't proven yourself here in AEW.
Mm.
You're huge in AEW. I mean, but a year ago or 2 years ago,
He's one of the pillars,
barely, a
bro.
year ago, we were just barely talking about you.
Mm.
But he's one of the 4 pillars, man. We
Uh,
have been
uh,
talking about him for years.
Yes, but pillars, that doesn't mean shit. And Cordero is the prime example.
Damn.
He wasn't a pillar.
No,
Cody
but he
Rhodes
was part of the
a pillar.
foundation, though.
It was part of the foundation.
Okay, true.
Mhm.
Okay, true. He was part of the foundation with. So okay, never mind. He was. Can't say shit. Never mind.
I think, and I think it's something that you guys said. I think All Elite, it's a brand. AEW, it's a brand, and there has to be loyalty to that brand. Where you
Damn.
want to be is because people go to see different people. I don't
Damn.
go to see just one people. No, I'll go to see a whole show that keeps me entertained. And if he doesn't want to do that, that's fine. And I think it's very unreasonable for you to ask more money for a company that just barely starting. Again, my boy, you want to test yourself? Go ahead. Go ahead, but you part of that growing company. You that company.
So shouldn't he? Was he not allowed to at least, if not for a time, to
And he's
temporarily
allowed. He's
venture out?
allowed to do whatever the hell he wants, but he also is allowed to get a lesson on what his worth is, and it's only $500,000.
So yeah, I agree. I mean, I know he still needs to prove himself, but at the same time, he has been proving us wrong in some scenarios. There's a lot of like situations where he's been pushed over, and he knows how to start a rivalry with somebody.
Oh yeah,
He knows how to
no doubt.
play the audience for fools. He could play even other superstars for fools. MJF is a growing character, growing heel that what's the word? I guess the way he portrays himself, and it's just like, no, you got to show me that you're worth my time. You got to show me that this company's worth my time to be here with. He's like, that's how come, whenever somebody wants to start a rivalry with him, he makes them go through a gauntlet. It's like, oh, because he sees everybody, he belittles everybody. He sees him as like top of the mountain. It's like, oh,
Oh
well,
yeah.
you're not worth my time. Go through this person, go through that person, and then I'll fight you. But of course, it's gonna be by my rules because I'm MJF.
And see, but here's my thing. Can he do that in WWE? Because in the clip that I showed you, he said he won't be like Shawn Spears. He has equity in his name. Yes, but in WWE, you're a nobody if you're not here in WWE.
Correct.
Cody Rhodes had
Well,
a legacy. This is why
yeah.
I always think people always say, "Well, if Cody Rhodes can do it, anybody can do it." Well, I think Ringo brought up a good point. When MJF is on AEW, he's not really an established character who, as we know, in his legacy, he thinks that he's better than you and he knows it. So what does he do? If you want a match, you have to go through trials. In WWE, he can't pull that shit. He
No.
can't pull that sting. He
So far
can't
as we
have
know
these
right now.
characters. Well, I mean, think about it. Would you really see an Austin Theory going through all those gauntlets just to face MJF? No.
No, no,
No,
actually.
they won't do that. They won't put an Austin Theory or a Omos or excuse me,
Well,
Osmos. What's his name?
what legacy
Oh,
though? He
almost.
hasn't even won a championship by AEW.
I mean, technically, he won the AEW Diamond Ring. That's never mind. That's
That
not.
ain't
He
shit,
hasn't held a belt.
apparently.
You
Ain't
can't even add that to a WWE skill thingy. Like you can't even add that in there.
Damn.
He is due for a championship belt,
Yeah,
though.
he
He
is long
is.
due
No,
champion.
I agree
Now,
100%. He
I
he
mean,
is
if
due
he
for championship.
stays,
I feel like he should go after the TNT title first. I don't
no,
think
uh,
he's
he's not. So you
okay.
don't think he's
So
there?
I think he's getting there, but he's not fully established yet to actually challenge for the belt. Because right now you got CM Punk, you got Bryan Danielson, you got these other big hitters where MJF, excuse me, doesn't. He's up there, but he's not there yet. You
Mm.
know,
So you're agreeing with
so
Vale.
I feel that like he should at least go for TNT title. Start off small. Show us your worth. Show us you can be a worthy champ or somebody worthy of holding a title.
Yeah.
And then from there, be like, you know what? I'm done with this belt. Give me something better. Give me something bigger. Let me
You
go
know,
for